Welcome to the Think Generational Podcast, episode number 47. And I am your host, Amir Estimo. And for today's episode, we will have a two-part series. Actually, we will be talking this month, we've been talking this month about personal development and how that is important for your growth as you look forward to building generational wealth. So part of that is to have a personal development, to really invest in yourself, invest in your well-being, invest in your mindset. So I wanted to share a recording of Jim Rohn, which I've been doing a two-part series, but I'm focusing more so the next few episodes on personal development. So you get some clippets, you get some recordings from Jim Rohn, Les Brown. So I'm doing a two-part series on Jim Rohn, and the title of this is Why Keep Your Goals Secret? So I wanted to share this with you because I've been following Jim Rohn for quite a while, and as right now, I've been focusing on personal development. I think this is something that's beneficial for anyone that's crossing over to whatever decision you're in. So if you're between maybe switching jobs, or maybe you want to leave your job and go into entrepreneurship, or maybe you're already an entrepreneur, I thought this would be a great recording to share with you, share Jim Rohn's thoughts, and share what he have brought to us. So this is a two-part series, and now the second part to this is Why Keep Your Goals Secret, episode number 47. Also, if you can, please subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast with your friends, family if you enjoy the content. Also, rate and review the podcast wherever you get your podcast. So if you get it on Apple, there's a purple app on your phone, and you can click on there. You can find Think Generational Wealth, and you can rate and review the podcast. This podcast comes out every Wednesday, 5 a.m. Central. That's the goal, is to release this podcast. Also, that would be much appreciated to get the listenership up, to get the word out when it comes about generational wealth. Okay? Now, episode number 47, I will and go ahead and share the recording of Jim Rohn.
Now let me give you a little simple formula for goal setting. Okay? We take 2.5 hours on the weekend for the whole 10-year plan. We don't have time for that tonight. But let me get you started with a little simple formula Mr. Schultz gave me. And maybe this will be helpful. First of all, I've divided goals into two parts. First is long range. Long range goals. That's your dreams. Your dreams for the next 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Actually, the rest of your life. Your dreams. You've got to keep dreaming. Ronald Reagan, president, said to the joint session of Congress a few weeks ago, the republic is a dream. And if we don't keep dreaming, we will lose the republic. Your better future is a dream for yourself and for your family. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to see? You've got to dream dreams. There's a Bible phrase that says, without dreams and visions, people perish. You've got to have something to go for that inspires the heart and the soul. Dream. From the children of Sanchez, it says, take the crumbs from starving soldiers, they won't die. Take the bread from hungry children, they won't cry. But without dreams, we all will die. You've got to dream. Don't lose your dream for yourself, for your future, for your family. The dreams of love and enterprise and travel and doing things, becoming something unique on your journey here. Don't lose your dreams. Do some dreaming. That's long range goals. You've got to have those. So that's number one. Here's the second part of goals, short range. Short range goals. That's your goals for tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, the immediate future. We call these confidence builders. Because if you set up something short range, go for it, get it, latch onto it, work hard, accomplish it. That starts building your strong feelings to go for your dream. Now, I've divided goals into 3 categories. Here they are. Number 1 is economic. That's your goals for money, income, business, profits, production. Economics. Make sure you've got your economics well planned. Economics plays a major role in everybody's life. Economics is major, which means it ought to be meticulously well planned for tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, long range. What if you asked somebody tomorrow if you could see their meticulously well-planned list of economic goals? What would they probably say? They'd say, you some kind of a nut? You must be weird. Hey, I found out what success is. Success is doing what the failures won't do. Make sure you've got your economics well planned. It'll put you in the top 5%. One of the key little subjects we talk about on the weekend is the 7 fundamentals for wealth and happiness. And that's one of them, well-planned economics. It's a fundamental if you want to do well. Join the top 5%. Anybody in this room can join the top 5%, if you will. Now here's the second category of goals, things. Make a list of the things you want. And on my list of things, now I put everything. Little things as well as major things. Doesn't matter how small it is, it goes on my list. I used to just put major things, cars, homes. I don't do that anymore. I now load my list with everything. Everything. And the reason is, part of the fun of having a list is checking it off. That's it. Boy, at the end of the day, if you can go, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, whatever it is, right? You get into the habit. So load up your list, the things you want. Now, when you check off something major, celebrate. That's an important point to make. Celebrate your achievements. Live it up. Have a party when you reach something you've worked for a while. See, we all grow from 2 experiences. One is called the pain of losing. The other one is called the joy of winning. We need both of them. Amplify them as much as you can, which also means make losing painful. If you set up something, fooled around, didn't get it, put it on yourself. On the other side, if you did get it, congratulate yourself. Self-congratulations is a sign of maturity. Seeking congratulations is a sign of immaturity. But hey, winning and losing, see, that's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. Now, some people lead such mediocre lives, at the end of the day, they don't know whether they're winning or losing. They've got no clue. Guy's just going through the day with his fingers crossed. There's a better way. Okay, here's the third category of goals, personal development. Put those goals together, personal development goals. That's your goals to be stronger, more decisive, be a speaker, be a leader, learn a language, all kinds of skills. The whole weekend seminar was designed to improve all of your skills so that you walk away more skillful. And that's what you want, the personal development skills. That's what attracts, that's what brings good things to your life, the person you become more skillful. Now, this is quite a package to work on. Economics, things, personal development. For tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, long range. Okay, that'll get you started. Now, here's the simple formula for setting goals. It goes like this. A, work on your goals. That's step 1. Work on them. And I put the word work there deliberately. Setting goals is plain hard work. I don't want to kid you. We haven't come here tonight to kid each other. It's work. I know it's work. That's why a lot of people just let it slide. It's work. Many people work hard on their job. don't work hard on their future. They just let that slide. And the work involved is making plans. I know most people don't. I understand that. But don't let that be you. Guy says, well, yeah, you work where I work. By the time you struggle home, it's late. You've got to eat a bite of supper, watch a little TV, get to bed. You can't sit up half the night. Plan, plan, plan. And the guys be good worker, hard worker, sincere. But you've got to be better than sincere, working hard. You've got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good planner. Somebody once wisely said, the people who fail to plan are planning to fail. Well said. So work on your goals. Here's step 2. Write your goals down. That's so important. I teach my staff around the world, put your goals in your journal. Because one of the major people you want to study is yourself. So here's the list of goals I put together 3 weeks ago. Here's the list of goals I put together 2 years ago. Here's some of the changes I made, rearrangement of my priorities. I scratched these off. I put these on. I've gotten these. Study your accomplishments. Study what your desires are. Put them on paper. Write them down. Here's another reason for writing your goals down. It shows you're serious about doing better. And to do better, you've got to get serious. You don't have to be grim, but you must be serious. Everybody hopes things will get better. Everybody hopes. Poor people hope. That ought to tell you something. It means the future does not get better by hope. It gets better by plan. I used to have the affliction called passive hope. It's an affliction. It's bad. Probably what's even worse than that is happy hope. Now that is really bad. That's bad. Happy hope. The guy's 50 and he's broke and he's still smiling. See, that's not good. So get serious about your goals. Put them on paper. Write them down. There's all kinds. His goals, her goals, their goals. Business goals, financial independence goals, family goals. I mean, there's so many things to work on this that if you don't get busy and work on it, sure enough, the time will pass. And sure enough, 5 years from now, you'll wind up where you don't want to be, wearing what you don't want to wear, driving what you don't want to drive, being what you don't want to be. Now's the time to fix it. Now, here's the third step to your goals. Check the size of your goals and the kinds of goals. How big they are, what kind they are, affects you. And here's one of the important phrases of the evening. Your goals are affecting you, whatever they are. Your goals affect your handshake. Your goals affect your attitude, personality. Your goals affect the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. All day long, we're being affected by our goals. Now, some people have goals, but they have such lousy goals. The effect is bad. I asked a guy one time, what are your goals for this month? The guy said, look, if I could just scrape up enough money to pay these lousy bills. That was his goal. I'm not saying it isn't a goal. It's a goal, but it's such a lousy goal, the effect is bad. You don't jump out of bed on Monday morning and say, oh boy, another chance to go out and scrape up the money to pay my lousy bills. See, you don't do that. Usually you say, oh, not another Monday. And some people have so given up on life, they have joined the thank God it's Friday. Well, how sad. Surely those are the same people, when life is over for them, will say, thank God it's over.
Okay, so that was the recording from Jim Rohn, and the name of this is "Why Keep Your Goals a Secret." And basically, what I wanted to go to recap on the video is he talked about setting goals, how you can set goals that are long range and short range. And I would recommend the book The One Thing by Gary Keller, where Gary Keller talks about breaking your goals down. Where, for example, if you have a 5 year goal, what's the one thing you need to do today to reach your 5 year goal? What's the one thing you need to do this month to reach your 5 year goal? What's the one thing you need to do this week to reach your 5 year goal? What's the one thing you need to do today to reach your 5 year goal? So Gary Keller, that book talks about the long range and short range. Also, he talked about three ways to categorize your goal. Economics, so money, income, profits. So if you have a business, what would you like to make? Things. What do you want? House, cars, travel. And then obviously personal development, where it talks about speeches, being a speaker, a leader. One thing I've done for personal development in the last year and a half, I've joined a organization called Toastmasters International. That's good for public speaking to help boost your confidence. So if anybody's interested in that, you can join Toastmasters. Check out toastmasters.org. Also, then he talked about the he mentioned success. He said this quote: "Success is doing what failures won't do." And he said, "Celebrate your achievements." Also, and when you look at your goals, there's signs of maturity. He talked about that. And then he said three things about your goals. Work on your goals. Plan hard. Many people work hard on their goals, then many people work hard on their jobs than they do their goals. And he says, and he mentioned another quote: people fail to plan to fail. Also, he said, write your goals, study. So study yourself, write it in a journal so you can see your achievement. Talk about the best way, the best self inventory is you. Then he mentioned the last one. He says, check the size and the kind. So, how big is your goals? What kind of goals? Goals affect wherever you are. So, these are things that I think that was very, these are points that he made in this video that I thought was very helpful. And also for someone who's into personal development, I would highly recommend Jim Rohn. So if you want to learn more about Jim Rohn, you can search him up on YouTube. Also, you can listen to episode 45, where I had recorded an episode, basically a two-part. This is a two-part series of Jim Rohn. My next two-part series is going to be Les Brown. And I think from there on, we should be going into talking more about finance again, building credit, also business credit. Also, we're talking about stuff like life insurance. I think these things are things that are not talked about in certain demographics, certain neighborhoods, because it's something that people look down upon. But I think the more conversations we have about these things, we have about these topics, only helps elevate our level of mind. Because right now you have to put yourself in a position to elevate. You can't stay in that cocoon where your mind is stagnant, your mind doesn't grow. When your mind doesn't grow, you die. The day you stop learning is the day you die. So that's why I just think it's so important when it comes to personal development, making sure you're learning something every day, making sure every day something's going into your head that's going to help you, that's going to progress you, especially if you're in the process, beginning of building generational wealth. I look at a lot of us. And I always wonder, why can't some of us be like the Rockefellers? Why we can't be that? Why can't our wealth be passed down from generation to generation? And it's because of lack of education, of lack of teamwork, and a lack of knowledge share. So when you hear these things, you shouldn't just keep it. You should share it with your folks, share it with your neighbors, share it with your friends, share it with these people, because sometimes they just don't know. Sometimes their mind is trapped, it's stagnant. And who's to say that you don't go and help unlock their mind, help progress them? Because the more each of us able to get this information out, that's what I'm saying, is when it comes to sharing the podcast, sharing this information. You can go see this, you can go online, go on Google, you can go on YouTube, and you can search this information yourself. Or you can do things like come onto a podcast or look at blogs, subscribe to a blog, but don't stop educating yourself, because that is the only way you're going to be able to continue this mission of building wealth. And right now, if you're someone who's struggling with that, hopefully this recording was able to help you, help enlighten your mind, help keep your mind going, because that's the only way, folks, anything's ever going to change. And that's the day that we open our mind. So I hope today's episode was value to you. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this two-part series of Jim Rohn. I like to do something like this from time to time. Also, be on the lookout. I will be giving a prize away again within probably any time in next month. Just keep on the lookout. Listen to the episodes. Listen throughout the episode, because when I do announce that, it will be at the end of the episode. Okay? But until then, hopefully you guys enjoyed this two-part series. Go back and listen to episode 45, listen to episode 47 of Jim Rohn. Also, check out episode 46. I shot that, I recorded that episode with my marketing manager, Elijah Joshua. Young kid, young entrepreneur. He's very hungry. Like Les Brown said, he's very hungry. He's very hungry for knowledge. He's always searching. So listen to his story, listen to his passion, his plea, and you can see my goal is to highlight the young entrepreneurs, because I think sometimes the generation behind us tend to get more flack than uplifting. We got to be able to uplift each other. We can't sit there and complain and say, "Oh, that generation, these generation, they're lost or this or that." We can't be doing that. We got to be able to uplift each other, push each other, help each other, understand each other, listen to each other. So again, this episode, hopefully this was value to you. And again, check out episode 45, episode 47, which is this episode here, and also check out episode 46 of Elijah Joshua. Also follow me on Instagram at ThinkGen Wealth. Also, you can follow me via Mir Estimo. Also, until then, what should everyone be thinking? Generational wealth. Talk to you guys next week.